Hello. My name is Carolina from State Adventures. I'm so happy to hear that you're planning your trip to Ecuador and Peru. And I know it's for next spring break, but as you saw, availability is quite crazy in the Galapagos, especially. This is peak season. March is when the water is really warm and when it's calm, you don't need wetsuits, so everyone is traveling. However, we have a few options for you, and I thought it would just be easier to go through the itinerary this way for you. That way you can jot down any questions, let us know what works, what doesn't, and kind of get an idea of how everything works. This is an expedition, an adventure, not necessarily a vacation. So I want to show you what that looks like, how much we're going to be moving around, and all the options that we can do to tweak the trip to make your own. So I'm going to share my screen here and you'll be able to see the PDF that I'm sending to you as well. So let me and Abby know what your thoughts are. And we will start the trip in Peru and then end in Ecuador. So Peru means arriving in Lima. And Lima is a great city, but I know you're constricted on time. So we will just arrive in Lima and stay at the airport hotel, which is connected right to the terminal. And the reason for that is all the hotels downtown are about 45 minutes away. So I don't want you to have to drive into town and then back to the airport the next morning. So we're just going to arrive and rest. Most flights arrive late in the evening anyway. We're going to pick you up right when you leave customs. We'll have our guide waiting there for you with a big sign with your names on it. And we'll walk together to the Wyndham Lima Hotel, check you in, 4 rooms. Everyone can relax before we fly to Cusco the next morning. So the next morning, we're going to have breakfast at the airport hotel and then walk right back to the terminal, check you in. We'll have your boarding passes printed ahead of time. The whole idea to make it as smooth as possible, especially with a group of 8. You don't want to deal with documents. You don't want to deal with too many lines. So we try to make it very smooth for you. Under each day, you see a BLD. That stands for the meals that I have already included for you. So from the little draft that we've put together earlier this week to today, I added a few things. I tweaked a few things. I travel with my kids all the time as well. So I know what works and what doesn't. So I try to make it very easy for you. So when you go to the airport, we're going to take a 1-hour flight to Cusco. And now my Cusco team will pick you up and we will begin our journey. So while we're in this region, we're going to be there for 4 nights and we're going to split it between 2 hotels. 2 nights in the Sacred Valley and 2 nights in Cusco. So we're going to start in the Sacred Valley. From the airport to the valley is about an hour, but instead of just going to the hotel, we're going to visit some sites. We're going to see some highlights of the Sacred Valley, which is a beautiful countryside. There are Inca ruins, villages, a river, llamas and alpacas all over the place. So it's a great place to kind of get your first excursion going, see some beautiful places, but not be strenuous today because we want to rest, we want to acclimate. We're going to be in high altitude. So we want to make sure you take it easy this first day. So we're going to go to places that are visually stunning, like the Salineras, like Chinchero, and then go to our hotel. There are a number of very charming hotels in the Sacred Valley. One of them is the Hacienda Inca Terra, and we will have 4 rooms here for you. It's a great place surrounded by mountains, beautiful lawns, kids can run around, and have a nice dinner tonight. And also I included lunch for you here along the way while we're touring. And it's a great farm to table experience. So it's on an actual farm. Everything you're going to be eating is grown outside. So it's a really nice family experience. The chef is always there. She's going to chat with you and the kids, make sure everybody's happy and have their, drinks and fruits and whatever it is that you like eating. And then the following day, we're going to be at that hotel again for 2 nights. So we're going to visit some other sites. So here I want to show you a little bit of the culture of Sacred Valley, a little bit of the Inca culture. And we're going to go to Mispinay community. This is a very remote indigenous community in the mountains. There are kids running around. Your kids can play, soccer with them, go see the guinea pigs. You're going to have a traditional meal here. You can go on a little hike. There's a shaman that can do a blessing for your family. So it's a really nice cultural experience. And then go somewhere where it's like on a bucket list for people in the Sacred Valley, and that's the Ollantaytambo ruins. This is a great place to hike around, walk around, great photography. So it's a nice combination of culture and the outdoors so that there's something for everyone. Lunch will be with the community, then we'll go back to our little hotel and have dinner at the hotel. And those are our 2 nights in the Sacred Valley. The following morning, we're going to Machu Picchu. So we're going to pack our bags, and our bags are actually going to be driven by my driver back to Cusco while you take your just day pack to Machu Picchu. So we're going to do a 2-hour train ride to Machu Picchu, have a private guide, tour the ruins, have a beautiful lunch there in the village, maybe pop into the market, and then take a train back to Cusco for the night. And so that starts our second portion of Peru, and that's our 2 nights in Cusco. So right now we've had 1 night at the airport, 2 nights in the Sacred Valley, and now 2 nights in Cusco. I'm trying not to have you change hotels every night. That way it's easier on the family, so you're not checking in and out, so you're not packing and going all the time. So we're going to have a nice day in Machu Picchu and then check you into your hotel in Cusco. And Cusco is a great walking city. It's all cobblestone, great main square. And this hotel, Casa Andina Premium, is a old mansion that's been redone into a hotel, and it's just maybe 2 blocks from the main square. Great location, a nice restaurant inside, a nice bar, really great renovated rooms. You're going to have 4 rooms throughout. So it's a nice place for our family to enjoy. And then the next day, we're going to kind of sleep in, let you relax a little bit because we've been waking up early in the morning every day. So I'm going to have you sleep in, have breakfast at the hotel, and around noon, we'll pick you up to show you the best of Cusco. And Cusco's great colonial city, beautiful cathedral, Coricancha temple, and of course, ruins that are outside of the city with these beautiful views. So what we're going to do here is I hired our photographer to come join you so you can take some beautiful photos of you at the ruins or around the city. Great llamas and alpacas everywhere. The kids will have a great time. And then tonight, I will arrange a dinner and a folkloric show. Usually I do a high-end dinner inside a museum, but I think with kids, they will not appreciate a stuffy restaurant. So I think a fun place where you will see some dancing, some music, you can participate, will be a fun way. I've taken my kids when they were smaller here as well, and they've had a great time running around and dancing. So that is how we will wrap up our day in Cusco and our time in Peru. And March 19th, we're going to take you to the airport in Cusco, fly to Lima, change planes, and fly to Quito, Ecuador. So it's a travel day, I like to say, but you will be in Quito by early afternoon. We're going to pick you up, just as always, big sign with your names on it, and take you downtown to Quito for 2 nights. And we're going to stay at the Plaza Grande. It's a great historic building. They take care of my families very well here. Beautiful suites, great for walking around, stretching your legs. There's a little ice cream shop next door. There's just great restaurants in the area. So it's a nice place to unwind after your travel day. And the next day, same concept, a local guide will come and show you the best of Quito, which is a very colorful city. The equator line is there. We do a chocolate workshop for the kids here. There's some great gargoyles in the shape of the Galapagos animals and monkeys and things like that. So a lot of fun to be had here in Quito for your day before we fly to the Galapagos Islands. So the whole idea is to show you a little bit of each place, a little bit of each city. These are private tours, so it's always with your own guide, always with your own driver, with your own vehicle. So you go at your pace. If someone's tired, we get in a car and go right back to the hotel. If you're walking around and you pop into a shop and something's really interesting, or you see a museum or a gallery, we go right in. So we really, even though I put the itinerary on there, we can tweak it for sure as we go as well. These guides are just yours for the day. So now we are off to the Galapagos Islands. So March 21st, we're going to take you early in the morning to the airport, and we're going to have a Galapagos assistant there for you so you can get your ID cards, your entry tickets. You go through a Galapagos customs, they check your luggage, and then we do a 2-hour flight to the islands. Once you land in the islands, the cruise will pick you up. So the team from Alia, this itinerary is around the Alia Catamaran Luxury Cruise. They will pick you up. and take you to the port and board the cruise. Once you're on the cruise, everything is included. All of your meals, all of your activities, anything you might need for snorkeling and anything like that will be arranged by the guides. The cruise has 16 people on board plus the team. So that means it's 8 cabins. 16 is the maximum amount of people that can step onto any site in the Galapagos. That's why you will always see boats of 16. And that is the group, and you will be traveling together from point to point. Every day in the Galapagos, you're going to be getting off the boat at least 2 times. So you can do a hike on an island, you can do a beach time, you can go snorkeling. Every day you will have an opportunity to get in the water, be it walk from the beach and go swimming, or jump off the penga and go snorkeling, or go to see a reef, or if you see turtles, the guides will jump right in the water with you to see them and maybe take some underwater camera, photos, things like that. So it's a very active tour, but there's plenty of time on board as well. And I love the Alia because it is a catamaran. It is built for the Galapagos, so it's quite stable, has double hulls like a catamaran. And the cabins are on either side. There's 4 and 4. So it's just a really nice, spacious boat. And they have multiple decks. One of the decks, there's inside dining, outside dining. There's a jacuzzi outside, so the kids can at sunset go into the jacuzzi if they haven't had enough water activities. And I also love because each cabin has a balcony. So that's really nice because the Galapagos, and I love this photo because it really captures it. You are never really in the middle of the ocean. There will always be some kind of island or some kind of colony of animals or something happening outside. So it's nice to have seats outside and watch, the world go by during your free time. But the activities are all with a guide. They're all national rangers, national park rangers. So it's a really nice combination of land and water. You'll see the turtles, you'll see the penguins, you'll see sea lions and so many different species of birds. So it's a really great activity for families. I've taken my family quite a few times already, and we specialize in the Galapagos. So this itinerary is 5 nights. I know I've mentioned a few other options. There are options where you can do a 5-night plus add a hotel on the islands, because 3 of the islands have little villages with hotels on them. So if you want to extend your time, we can add 2 nights or however many nights you want at the end of the cruise. So that's also a possibility if you have extra time. But this is quite a long trip already. It's 2 weeks between Peru and Ecuador. So let me know your thoughts. I am sending all of this to you so you can go through it. Send me your questions. Let me know what works and what doesn't. I'm happy to help show you what the other boats look like and give you some opinions on them as well. I have inspected quite a number of boats and we specialize in about 30 of them. So I'm here to help, and happy travels.